What is up, people? You're watching TokYo-Yo Reviews. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about another bimetal. This one is from a different company that I haven't reviewed before. Today we're going to be talking about the iYoYo steel. Ooh, look at that thing. So is this just another bimetal taking advantage of your money, or will it help you steel yourself for battle? These are getting worse and worse. This guy is from the German company iYoYo, and this is from their one of their bimetal offerings. Nice H shape. The cup, you're gonna notice here, has a multiple ridges. You got this outer ring here, then you got a little one here, then you got a teensy little dimple in there, which I'll talk about very soon. A very, very smooth 6061 aluminum, and then obviously the rings here are stainless steel. Oh my goodness, it's so comfortable. I've talked before about how I might be kind of a lover of the H shape, but this thing is just really comfortable in the hand, comfortable to catch. And can we just take a look at this thing for just a moment? Oh my goodness. So pretty. So as I mentioned, iYoYo is a German company. Their stuff is really high quality. Everything that I've thrown is really, really, really nice. In terms of how it's built, how it's designed, it's got performance and quality in mind every time. This yo-yo is so smooth. When I first threw it, there was not even any nail vibe, like nothing. Like I could hold my fingernail against it and it just, you couldn't feel anything. It was amazing. Which is not only crazy for a yo-yo, but for a bimetal to be that smooth, it's a little bit crazy. I think this yo-yo looks like art. It was one of the first yo-yos that I took out of the package, and I immediately just wanted to put it back in because it looked so nice. And I'm very protective of this one. This is one that I don't really let many people touch because it's just so nice looking. I just want to keep it safe. It's so beautiful. I actually wasn't expecting to get this colorway. When I went into Spin Gear to take a look at this, they were on sale, and I saw like some silver and gold ones with different rims, but this one they actually had just by chance, and this is the one I actually really wanted, but I was settling for the other ones. My goodness, look at that Galaxy colorway. Just, that's how you do a Galaxy colorway. Just, oh, so nice. It does just about everything really, really well. It moves along the string nicely. It catches really nicely. The response is really reliable. The grinds are really good. Your finger just fits right in there perfectly. And it finger spins as well, which that's because of this dimple that I mentioned earlier. But I do want to mention that just like with the Space Cadet, and actually even more so with the iYoYo Steel, finger spins are not going to be easy. They take skill, and I think it's good to have this yo-yo because you can kind of see where your finger spin skills truly lie. If you're like me and you've been using a Skyva for a long time, or like a C3 Move, and then you go to something like this, you're gonna find very quickly like, oh, my finger spin game really needs some work. Once you land them, they're super nice, super smooth. It can be a little difficult to maintain them, and that could just be my technique, but I think the more you practice, the easier it gets to kind of read how this yo-yo plays and how to balance it just right. Because once you do balance it, like I was spinning this thing on my finger and just having a conversation with someone at the same time while it was just spinning and spinning and spinning forever. Once you get it there, and once you hold it there, and as long as you practice maintaining it there, it's one of the best finger spin yo-yos I've played with. The steel does play on the heavy side. It's not really literally that heavy, but it does play heavy. It plays solid. If you're not expecting it, it can kind of thud on the end of the string a little bit. But I kind of like that in a bimetal. I want it to have some presence on the string. I want to feel it moving. And as far as what you see in here, I don't know what these pads are. I'll put it on the screen. The bearing here, which is a very, very nice grooved bearing. I've never had any problems with response or the bearing. This thing has been reliable, absolutely reliable from day one. Never had a problem with it. Back to the design, the rims look really nice. You've got all these cuts in here. You've got this nice little rim here. You've got the step inside that leads to the response. The Galaxy colorway is just gorgeous. I hope it's popping in the light. This is one of the first yo-yos I just looked at and I said, like, this is a piece of art. Like, I don't even know if I want to throw this because it just looks so nice. Like, I'm afraid to get dust on it. I haven't actually gotten any more iYoYo throws. I would like to in the future, but this is a great start, I feel like. And it gets a lot of love on the R Throwers subreddit for good reason. I think this is really worth it. Even though it came out a couple years ago, it still totally should be talked about and should be mentioned anytime like people want to buy metal. So let's talk about the pros and cons of the iYoYo. So let's talk pros and cons of the iYoYo steel. It's a great use of bimetal, not only stylistically speaking, but just in terms of how it's placed on the yo-yo, how there's barely, you can probably see there's barely any seam here. It's just really, really well put together. You can't even feel it going from metal to metal here. It's super, super comfortable to hold, super comfortable to catch, no problems. Like I said, it's really smooth, not only the finish, but it just throws so smooth. And great quality control. Again, I'm shocked at how smooth they could get a bimetal. It's kind of crazy. Cons of the iYoYo steel, it is pricey. I got mine for around, I think, 80 bucks. It was on sale at Spin Gear, but this usually retails for about 100, which is kind of what you expect from a bimetal, but I think it's really worth it. Even at that full price, I would have paid for it. One other con is, it's not really a con, but the finger spins can be tricky. They can be really tricky to land. You got to land it right in the center and you got to hold it and you got to concentrate on holding it. It's not just like a Skyvo where you can, catch it on your finger, bake some cookies and then come back to it. This thing requires you to really stick to it and keep your spin going by yourself, which I think is good. It's kind of means you've leveled up with finger spins. And it does feel heavy. It's on the heavy side. Not just weight wise, but the way it's built. Now that's not a con for me. I like heavy yo-yos, but for some people it may be a bit of a shock. Like at first it kind of thuds sometimes if you're not expecting it. But yeah, anyway guys, that's the iYoYo steel. You really should check it out. It's a really, really sweet bimetal, and I think it's a great addition to anyone's bimetal collection. And if you can get this colorway, I think it's super nice. So I appreciate all the new subscribers. Thanks for watching. Keep liking, keep all the subscriptions. Keep liking and keep all the subscriptions coming. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.